Welcome everybody to our Trusting Yourself meditation. Oh my goodness, do I need this? Do you guys get to be part of this amazing room with everybody today? It's going to be incredible if you've got your incense, if you've got your tea. If you first of all just want to pop your name in the chat as well, let me know that you're here. I'm just going to adjust the camera slightly so that you can see me a little bit better. Let's just put this down here. There we go. Welcome everybody. How are we feeling today? I'm going to take you through a beautiful Trusting Yourself meditation. First of all, I just want to know how the room is feeling. So if you could put one word to describe right now where you are at, what is the emotion that's coming up for you right now? If you could just close your eyes, and what are you feeling? What's something that's, maybe it's a scenario, maybe it's a situation, maybe it's something. What is something that is coming up for you right now? I just want to hear how everybody is and where we're at, right? And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it's positive. It doesn't matter if it's negative. It's just going and being really aware with how do you feel right now? How do you feel right now? What's happening inside of your body? And then trusting that. Trusting that. Trusting what is coming up for you right now. Not trying to make it positive, not trying to make it negative, but just calming to knowing what it is that is coming up for you right now. Now, take a look around the room. What's one thing that you notice right now? This is just for you. What is one thing that you notice? Take a look around your room, wherever you are. Think about what's one thing that's just sticking out to you right now. I just want you to remember that. That's all we got to do for that part. If you got it, you've got that part. Okay, amazing. So let's just come into a couple of deep breaths to get ourselves connected for today. Fabulous. All of these. It's okay. Either way, it's great. So come to a seated position. Just close your eyes. And just inhale and exhale. Maybe just bring up the corners of your mouth to smile. Feel how your body is moving. Take notice of the movement inside of you, connected to what's going on, tapping into how do I feel, and just letting that be. I'm going to share with you something that was life-changing for me that I think I found out about a week ago. Just keep inhaling and exhaling, keep your eyes closed. I'll let you know when to open them. I'm going to share something that blew my mind. And I'm excited to share that with you today. We're going to do a couple of deep breaths in. So inhale through your nose. 3, 2, 1. And a big exhale everything out. Keep those eyes closed. And again, inhale through your nose. 3, 2, 1. And let it all go. Now let those shoulders go too and the head. Again, let's take it in. Inhale. 3, 2, 1, and exhale everything out. Bring those shoulders down, bring your head down if that feels natural. And let's do that one more time. Inhale through your nose. 3, 2, 1, and as you exhale, open your eyes and breathe. Come back to breathing, inhaling and exhaling. So we're just getting connected to our breath. Just a couple of friendly reminders. If you haven't already signed up for our monthly challenge, please do. It gives you our live schedule so that you know when all of our live meditations and workouts all the fun things that you can join. And also we have our Inner Transformation Program, May 2021 coming up. It's going to be incredible. We have our exclusive extra call today at 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you've already signed up for the program and you got that early bird, you were part of the one in January, you get extra stuff. And then we have our first meditation tomorrow for our March challenge. We're going to go through everything that's in the challenge, how it works, our schedule. So I highly recommend that you join us for that one. It's like our kickoff call for the challenge. And just breathe. So we're going to start off with just thinking about what would it feel like to trust ourselves. Trust often comes from somewhere of we've got some self-doubt. Or something's happened in the past that's trying to reinforce us to not do this. It's trusting ourselves. I tried this once and it didn't work, so I don't trust myself to do it again. I was in a relationship here and it didn't work, and I don't trust myself to be able to meet somebody else. There's so many areas in life where we are doubting ourselves and not trusting ourselves. And it could be that we're feeling something inside and we're not trusting that feeling that we should go for something. Or maybe there's a feeling that we shouldn't be around somebody. We're going to learn today, if you're open to it, how to trust ourselves. It's not other people. Not other people, because all we need is to be able to trust ourselves. First of all, okay? So if you are up for trusting yourself, breaking through some barriers where you've just been itching to do something. So first of all, just maybe close your eyes, put your hands on your knees. Think about what would it feel like if I always trusted myself. If I trusted I was good enough. If I trusted I was worthy. Where would I be right now if I just trusted myself 1% more? Where would you be if you just had a little bit more trust in your capabilities? In what you can do? How could you trust yourself just a little bit more? How would it feel to just go for it? Because you trusted that whatever happens, it's going to be okay. I trusted myself to go for this goal. I trusted myself to reach out to this person. I trusted myself for turning up to this. I trusted myself for making progress. I trust myself. Because when you trust yourself, you take action. When you take action, we know what happens, right? We get results. But how can you trust yourself? And we're so attached to what we want the outcome to be like, it often stops us from doing things. Because we're like, if I do this and I don't get X, Y, and Z, it means that I've failed. And I don't want to do that. I don't trust myself enough to make it happen. But just because something may be taking you a little bit more time, just because it's not going exactly how you think it should be right then, it doesn't mean to say that it's wrong. It's just that the journey that you are on. So think about, how would it feel? Maybe move with your body. Would you hug yourself? How would you feel if you trusted yourself? Are you looking inwards? Are you smiling at yourself? What's your body doing right now as you're thinking about how it would feel to trust yourself? How would it feel to trust that the actions that you take are already all laid out for you and the universe has got your back? And this is the thing that I learned the other day, is that I would think about, well, I did this really well, but I didn't do this well. But I did this really well, but this didn't work. And I was constantly trying to weigh up if I was good or not by looking at a whole list of scenarios. Some that I was like, wow, I did really great here. But these areas I didn't do very good. And I would basically like fight them off each other to try and get the answer. To try and get the answer of, was I good? If I weighed up this and I weighed up the things I did do well and I weighed up the things I didn't do well, who would that make me as a person? And this was my light bulb moment, my friends. I'm excited to share this with you. Is that instead of comparing the things I did good, the things I did bad, I just allowed myself to feel how each of those situations made me feel. And I know that I look at it and I'm like, wow, why is that so revolutionary? But how many people try and bring out this line of like, okay, this is defining me as good or bad because I'm weighing up these two things. How about you just go, I'm going to feel what it felt like to win these things or to have these accomplishments. And then I'm going to feel what it feels like where I didn't love it. I wasn't that proud of myself, but I wanted to feel that rather than weighing them up against each other. I'm just going to sit with each of those things that happened to me and feel them. Trusting myself that all of these things happened for a reason. And trusting that I can just feel these situations and that I don't need to compare them to find an answer, which you never get the answer because you constantly go, well, but I did this good. Well, this, I didn't do that great, but I did do this, but this wasn't very good. You're losing the battle every single time because it's also objective. Somebody else might look at that and think of something different. So let's strip that away and just trust ourselves and trust the universe that we had these experiences for this growth. And how can we come now to a place of just feeling what both of those feelings feel like and just trusting it? Breathe in and out. Trusting yourself, the capabilities that you have, the strength that you have, the power that you have, and breathe. So what would it feel like What would it feel like? What is in your gut right now? What's one thing that's really coming up for you? If you could pinpoint something that you haven't been trusting yourself on, what's the one thing that keeps coming to your mind as we're talking about trust? What is it? What's the first thing that you thought of? What's the thing that just keeps coming up over and over and over again? What is that one thing? And they may be loads of little things, but is there one thing that keeps on coming up for you? What's that picture that you keep getting? What's the words that keep happening? If you want to share it with us, amazing. But what's that one thing that keeps coming up? Trusting yourself. What's that one thing? And how we break it down is there's loads of things that we get to conquer and we get to crush and we get to morph into. But how about we just break it down each week? What's the one big challenge that I have this week that if I could solve it or if I could work on it, it would help make all of my life so much better? Instead of thinking, oh my goodness, I've got to fix all these things. What's the biggest thing that week? And then we tackle that. Look at this beautiful light coming through. What's the one thing So one thing that we can tackle this week. How would it feel? And just breaking it down to one thing. Now, whatever that word is, what does that mean? If you said more, you say, okay, I want to trust more in my confidence. Okay. What does that look like? What would you need to do to be able to have more confidence and trust yourself? If it's uncertainty, what's the one thing that you could do to trust yourself in the process? If you're uncertain about things, it means that you feel like the universe doesn't have your back. And everything is already laid out for you. So trust the process. Trust yourself. Trust the process. So what's that one thing to do? I would need to step outside my comfort zone to trust myself for confidence. Yes. You get confidence by doing something that gives you results. And when you get those results, that's what gives you the confidence. We can't just wake up one day and say, oh my goodness, I'm more confident now. We have to do something, just one little millimeter shift. And we have to trust ourselves that if we do that, we're going to get what we want, which is more confidence. And that's why it's called personal development, because it's developing over time. And that's why it's called working on yourself, because it is work. It's work. See how the light is flickering the screen? Isn't that crazy? So beautiful as the light's coming in. And so why are you not going for it? Think right now. Say it's confidence. I want to get more confidence. I need to do the thing to get the confidence, which is stepping outside of my comfort zone. So why am I not doing it? Why am I not doing it? Why am I not trusting myself? What is then holding you back? Let's go a little bit deeper. Okay, so I don't feel confident, whatever your word is. Why are you not taking that step? Why are you not trusting yourself? Because it's not about other people. It's not about the structure. It's not about the system. It's not that it works for them, but why doesn't it work for me? So we know that it works. So what is the thing inside of yourself? Why are you not trusting yourself to do the action, like getting outside of your comfort zone, to go and do the thing, to get the confidence? Comes back to that trust. What is holding you back from trusting yourself? Again, so what is that word? Fear, judgment. Come back to trusting yourself. Remember, we can't decide what other people think of us. And it's actually none of our opinion. It's none of our business. Not any of our business. What somebody else thinks of you. It's irrelevant. It is completely irrelevant to your life, to what other people think of you. It's none of your business. So feel that. What's that one thing that you need to do right now? What's the one area that you need to trust? So you've got that word. So now let's think about what's the thing that's standing in the way? Maybe you've actually managed to think about that word. Why is that now standing in the way? We're going to dive deeper into this. We're going deep today. What's the thing that's standing in the way? All these kind of link in together. Trust. I'm not taking the action because I don't trust myself. It all comes back to trusting yourself. I feel scared and nervous. Trust yourself. Trust yourself. You know deep, deep, deep down inside, you're gonna be okay. In the deep level, on the surface level, we don't, because we have so much noise and other things coming in. But keep trusting yourself. And you won't fall down, because there is nothing to fall from. Where's the fall? It's just growth. People think, well, this is what's going to happen. It's going to crash and burn. But you know what's going to happen? Is there's going to be growth. You're actually going to rise. There is no falling down. It's purely rising up. Every single time you trust yourself, every single time that you do something new, if you feel like, oh my goodness, it's not going to work, it's bad, guys, the best growth and the biggest change comes from the times of uncertainty. And when we feel like we're at our lowest, that's where the growth comes from. Enjoy that. Trust that. Trust that wherever you're at right now, if you're in that low point, trust that it's there to build you up so strong. Trust that in yourself. Fear that I'm not good enough. That is the majority of people's fear. Most people in this world fear that they're not good enough. Good enough for what? Good enough in what spectrum? That's completely subjective. Trust yourself that you are good enough for who you want to be. Who do you want to be? That is who you really are. Trust that. So now what's standing in the way? We're thinking about why you're not going for it. What is standing in the way? Close your eyes. What is standing in the way? That first word that you came up with, we've got on this journey from trusting yourself, but what's getting in the way? Now you've been made aware of it. That part of your brain is now open to thinking about that word. But what is getting in the way of you not being confident, of you not being uncertain, of you not thinking that you're good enough? What is something that is getting in the way? What are you doing that is bringing you there? Open your eyes. Because most of the time, we reinforce the bad behavior inside of our head. So we say, oh my gosh, I'm so uncertain of what's going to happen. And then we go on this whole story. I'm uncertain about this. I'm uncertain about this. I'm uncertain about this. And then if you look at it, do you need to be certain about that? Do you need to be certain about when the world opens back up again? Could you not just live for that moment? Why do you need to know? Think about that. Why is it important to you? Maybe think about why it's important for me to be confident. It's important for me to be confident because I want to be able to help other people. I want to be a great role model. I want to be able to create this. Wow. Why is it important for you to trust yourself so that you can come over this? Why is that so important? Because if your why is strong enough, the how is easy. So think about, why is it important for you to think that you're good enough? What will the outcome be? Because that's what's going to drive you, and trusting that you can do that. Stay close to the fire, absolutely. Negative self-talk. So we are choosing to do this negative self-talk. We create all the things. If you don't have confidence, if you have uncertainty, if you don't think you're good enough, you make it 10 times worse by saying things to yourself. Rather than trusting your gut and really looking inwards, having a real conversation with yourself. Deep down, you know that you can do it. And do you know why I know that? With 100% confidence, It's because you are on this listening right now. Because there is something inside of you that knows that there's more. And that you do have the potential. And that you do have the belief. It's just dug so far inside that we need to dig for it, get it out, and let it shine. By doing this work. By going on the journey. By thinking about things. So now, once we've got out of the way of what is not serving us to help us get to that area, now we're trusting ourselves because we've done enough digging to find that area in our body. Where does that trust come from? If you could tell me in an area in your body, where do you feel trust is lied in your body? Where would it be? Is it in your tummy? Is it your heart? Is it your head? Is it your hands? Is it your feet? Where is that? And then close your eyes and connect with that part of your body. Know that that's where the trust is stored. So next time, you need to think about going out there and doing something, and you got to be brave, you got to be confident, you got to think about if I'm good enough. You're going to close your eyes and you're going to visualize that part of your body, and you're going to think about all of the trust that is stored right there. And you're going to trust yourself that you are good enough. You're going to trust yourself that being uncertain doesn't have to be a bad thing, and we don't need to be uncertain. We can just enjoy life and trusting ourselves that it's going to work out just the way it's meant to be. Where in your body? Touch that area in your body right now. Where does it feel? There's no wrong or right. There's no wrong or right about where it feels in your body, even if it's in your pinky toe. Where does it feel? There's that section of trust. And just breathe. So now you've got that area of trust right inside of you. What does it look like on the other side? What do you look like on the other side when you're trusting yourself? How do you stand? How do you feel? How's your brain working? How does your heart feel when you're trusting yourself enough to go for it? You're trusting yourself enough with food. You're trusting yourself enough with knowing that the actions that you're taking today is going to get you to where you want to be. Trust. What's the other side? Maybe close your eyes, visualize who that person is. How do you walk? How do you dress? How do you talk when you are trusting yourself fully? Pretty sure that you are reaching that full potential. And you know it's there. You know you have it inside of you because you're here right now. Breathe in and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Visualizing that person that trusts themselves enough to go for it. How does it feel to trust yourself and to go for it? Let me know. How does it feel? Are you smiling? Are you giggling? What does she look like? What does she sound like? What does she feel like? And release your hands wherever you're at. And just take a couple of deep breaths in and out. Find that area in your body where you feel the trust. And then every time that you're feeling uncertain, lacking confidence, not feeling like you're good enough, not sure, gotta work. It's work. Personal development is work. It's working on not reacting things. It's working on listening to your body. It's working on going to more things, to have more experiences. The more experiences that you have, the more you actually get to grow. So be grateful for the things that have seemed difficult or negative in your life and appreciate them. Trust that you were meant to go through that for an absolute reason. Trust yourself that that was how it was meant to be. For you to be able to step into the person that you want to be right now, the goals that you want to go after. I know that this group is here because they want to grow. That's why you're here right now. This is why you're listening. I know that you guys have got goals. I know that you guys have got ambition. So this is what we get to create together. Bring your hands on your knees and just go your head from side to side. How does everybody feel? Maybe just rocking your head from side to side. And then come back to the center. Take a big deep breath in. Exhale everything out and smile. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me today. And see, we want to keep saying, I'm not good at this, I'm not doing this, rather than just being not objective, just enjoying it. I'm not good with technology. You don't need to say it. You just say, great, this is what I get to do. I'm not very good at this kind of workout. Why would you want to say that? You don't need to say it. Just say, okay, great, this is what I get to learn today. This is what I get to be part of. And so often we step into something new immediately and we say, I can't do this. It's too difficult. I'm not like this. And then what that does is it makes us not trust ourselves. We don't trust ourselves because we're reinforcing those words inside of our head. So go into things today and the rest of the week, not thinking, I don't understand this, or I can't do this, or this is too difficult, or I'm so new to this. Go, oh my goodness, I'm so excited to do something new. And trusting in yourself that you can make it happen. That's all it is. It's trust. So thank you so much. I know, look at the beautiful smoke and the lighting and everything today. It was beautiful. So make sure that you join me March 1st, tomorrow, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're going to do a kickoff call for our challenge. We're going to do some meditation in there. We're going to get fired up. We're going to get excited. And then if you are part of the Inner Transformation Program who signed up from our January program, we have our kickoff call today at 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thank you so much for joining me. And I'm glad that you guys got so much from it. And I will see you on our live next time. Mwah. Bye, everybody.